In your opinion, is there like one funnel that, for example, B2B SaaS companies should be using? Or do you have a go-to funnel that you always want to look at or use?
Basically, no. That's the short answer. I don't think there's a go-to funnel for B2B SaaS companies. I think each company is so different. And even if you look at Supermetrics, what we would measure when I joined was very like high velocity, low touch, self-serve sales, compared to now where we have much longer sales cycles. We have regional sales teams who are selling in sort of very different markets. And so the funnel looks completely different now than it did then. And that's just within the same company. And I think if you go out and look at different B2B SaaS companies, there's no one go-to funnel. And I think the funnel is, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the funnel. I think, yes, it helps you simplify something that is quite complex to make you think that you can somewhat understand what's happening. Basically, how do buyers buy? But it's also a slightly fabricated way of measuring how you think buyers buy, or you're kind of putting people in a bucket like this is how it happens. And customer journeys aren't linear. You'll never fully understand how customers buy. And so yeah, it does help simplify, but you need to take it with a pinch of salt. I actually think funnels are quite good for specific offers or specific campaigns. Like if you're running a certain email campaign to a segment of your user base or prospect base, that you could then track the performance of that in a sort of funnel-like way. Or if you're running a webinar targeting existing customers and your goal is an expansion or an upsell, the funnel again is a good framework for measuring the performance of that specific one-off thing. I think, yes, you can use the funnel for your wider customer journey as well. And we do as well. We have specific steps that we look at. But you need to know that people might not go through every step, or they might take a different route. So it's about offering different ways for people to buy based on how your customers buy. And you only get that by speaking to them and making sure you cater for different ways. So if people want to buy self-serve at Supermetrics, they can. If people want to have a demo and understand how the product works, they can. If they want to have a lot of discussions with our sales engineers and they want to get into the nitty-gritty on data security and how we work with data and have their CIO and CDO on calls as well, they can do that. So just understanding how your customers buy and catering for that in your different journeys, that I think is critical.
Which comes first, the funnel or the data, in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's like the chicken or the egg. I guess you can look at data to figure out how do your customers buy, and then you align the steps with that. That's probably the better way to go for it. But if you're starting out, you need to have some starting point. So you probably put together your best bet on this is how it's going to work. And of course, you can speak with prospects and get feedback on what the best way is. But it really kind of comes back to the business strategy and the go-to-market and the pricing and the sales model and everything tied to it. So yeah, that's probably where I would start.
Hi, this is Seija from the Growth Hub podcast. If you want to hear more, you can listen to the full episode on your preferred podcast platform.